Okay, Hancock peeps, let's dive into our CRM system called the Media Center. And let's take our time to just kind of go through this. I'm going to go kind of basic and kind of bring it to soup to nuts and kind of show you how I've set it up. The first and foremost thing that you have to do, because most of you don't use a CRM, I realize that. Most people in real estate mortgage companies don't use it on a consistent basis. They have about 18 of them, but they never use them. So here's the mentality that you have to have. When you get the first touch of the lead, or coming from a realtor, coming from anybody, it has to go into the system. Okay, so that's the first step. Don't put it on a sticky note. Don't put it on a notepad. Don't put it anywhere else because it's going to get lost. And it's not going to be a systematic follow-up, which is absolutely key to getting more business. Okay, so I'm going to show you just very basic how to start this. Okay, so let's say let's add a new person here. I've added myself here so many times here for testing. So let me just do Peckman 1-1. Okay, so now, first client that comes in, okay, put their information in here. What you can do is put their cell phone in here as well. So realtor calls you up and say, hey, listen, call Greg Peckman, blah, blah, blah. He's looking to buy a house, okay? Here's his phone number. Here's his cell phone number. You also want to ask what their email is. Some of us don't do that, okay? So what you want to do is add their email in here as well, okay? So we can basically, keep their information in a campaign. Okay, so when the lead first comes in, what you're going to want to do is add person, put their name, put their email, put their mobile number here. Okay, and then you're going to add them automatic before you even talk to them. Okay, before you even talk to them, add them to a campaign. Okay, so it can be prospect, basic. That's it. That's all you got to do. Obviously, at this point, we don't know the mailing address. Okay. When you get all the information in LQB, then you're going to go back in here, just add it. Literally take you 20 seconds to do that. So click save. Okay. All right. So now we have their information here. Inside the system here, you can put a follow-up task. Okay. So let's say you called, texted, and emailed, which you all should be doing for a lead and somebody getting referred to you. So the next step is to add a task. Okay, so now we want to follow up with this person. Okay, so now let's say today's Monday. Now we want to follow up with them for the next 3 days, right? And every time you follow up, make sure you connect the realtor to it. Okay, which I'm going to show you how to do that as well. All right, so let's say today is let's say Saturday, but okay, now I'm going to follow up with them on Monday. Okay, we're going to start there. I'm just going to put follow up here. Okay, you want to put phone here. Okay, just so you can get the email, which I'm going to show you how that looks as well. Add reoccurring task here. Okay, so what you want to do here is basically you can just type in follow up here. You don't have to type it in the other box. You just type it here if you want to. Okay, and you're going to follow up daily here every day. Okay, and the end date here, we're going to end after 5 occurrences. I do 5 because sometimes it comes into the weekend. So let's say it's a Friday or Saturday referral. So now sometimes 2 days might get chopped off for the follow-up. So I just do 5, and then I'm going to show you how to shut this thing off. Okay. So now you're going to click save here. Okay. All right. So now we've got the end date. We've got this here, phone call follow-up from these dates here. Okay. So then you close out of that. So now you have a follow-up here, as you see here. Okay. It's going to follow up. So every day you're going to get an email. It's called a radar email. Okay. Let's see if I can pull this up here. Info radar. It kind of looks like this. This is going to come to you every morning around 7 o'clock. It's going to tell you who to follow up, who to call. As you can see here, these are my calls. This is from last week here and so forth. To follow up with people. Okay. So the key is to make sure once you get them in the system, to move them down the funnel and know exactly what to do with them and have it automated so you don't have to think about, oh crap, I should be calling this person, I should be calling that person. Now you know every day that this is going to come through that you're going to follow up with this lead. Okay, so and then you can just add a note here: called, texted, an email, no response. Okay, if I could spell today. No response. Hit that, add that note there. Okay. So now you got everything in here that's going to help you. Now your referrals here, so you're going to want to track this because you could do reports of who's sending you the business. Click here to add a referral. You're going to do buyer's agent, and you're just going to look for your agent in here. And once you do that, you're going to add them to that. Okay. So now that agent will be connected to this referral. You can always run those reports. Okay. So that's very, very basic, guys. Okay. So when the lead comes in, you click add a person. Okay. And then once you're going to do that, you're going to put their information in here even before you call them. Trust me, if you don't do it then, it's not going to happen. Okay. Now, if you're out and about, I get that. But make sure you shoot yourself an email to do this as soon as you sit down in front of Media Center. And there's a way to do it on your phone too, by the way, but they're changing that, I think, January 1st, upgrading it. Okay, so now you're going to put them in here. Make sure you put their cell phone. Make sure you get the email from the referral partner. Automatically add them to a prospect basic campaign. Okay, if they are a realtor, I'll show a different video for that. Okay, because that's going to be a business partner here, basic. If they've been pre-approved, okay, so let's say you finally talk to them, you're going to go in, you're going to change it to a TBD email campaign. Okay, so that's it. All right, that's a basic setup of following up with somebody. If you don't put it in here, you're not going to follow up the right way. It's not going to be consistent, and then you can't track them. Okay, that's the first step. So now we've got them. Now we've talked to them. Okay, now they are pre-approved for an example. Okay, so what I have done is I have added them to a bunch of groups. I've segmented a lot of my database and realtors and so forth to different groups. So let's go see groups here first, and I'll show you how to add this up as well. So basically in my groups here, I have top 50 past clients. That's actually probably more. It's 54, but I'm sure there's other people I'm gonna have to add to that. So I know on these people I'm calling every Thursday, not all 50 of them. I'm calling 10 to 12 every Thursday. Realtor calls. These are the people that I'm doing business. My A's. My B's are people who sent me business, say two to three deals this past year. My C's are sending me one deal or people I'm going after. My A's are sending 4 deals or more per year. These people I'm calling every single Monday. So every single Monday, this list comes out to me via email. Okay, sorry, a little stuffy here today. Pre-approvals. I call these every Wednesday. What's going on? How's the house hunting and so forth. There's some other ones that are missing there on my own. And then I have credit challenged. I have people in here as well. And then realtors in general. These are just extra realtors on top of that. And my top 50 VIPs here, I'm building that list. That's a tough list to build, but I'm calling them every Friday. I'm building, those are business partners in the community. My goal is to get up to 50 of those and call them 10 to 12 a month as well. And then builders and so forth. So I have these groups here. Okay, so let's go back and let's find my name here. See if I can find this. Bear with me here. Okay, so now this person is pre-approved here. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is change that campaign to be determined. Hit save. Okay, and then we're going to change it to a group. We're going to add them to our pre-approval groups here. Okay, we're going to click here. Okay, and then you click save. Okay, and then that's all you're going to do. So every Wednesday, they're going to be alerted an email of all these people to call. So every morning, guys and gals, I get an email like this, and I sit down with my loan partner and I go through it, and these are all the people I'm going to be calling that day. Okay, it keeps it so systematic and it keeps you so organized. I can't tell you. I have had this thing for a year, but I really haven't dove into it until the last 3 or 4 months here. So it's really good and it's really helping. If you have a loan partner or somebody helping you too, you can segment it out as well where that email comes in and it goes to both of you where you guys can game plan together. But every morning I sit down for about 10-15 minutes. We go over this. This is all the people I'm calling. It's printed out for me and I'm starting banging the phones. Okay, keep it simple here. There's a lot more you can do here. I think that's where we want to cut it off right now. We can add some other stuff here too. You've got emails here. If you go to the store, you can do flyers here and play around with this stuff. But the main thing I use it for is to really organize my relationships, organize my day, and be very systematic who I'm going after. These groups are constantly changing, okay? So after a certain amount of time I'm reaching out to certain realtors, they're off the list, I'm adding other people to it. And they're on my list on a Monday call. Now, obviously, you don't have to do it every Monday. You can do these on Tuesday and then switch this around. I just do it on Monday because I just want to be consistent. It's the first thing to try to get out of the way on Monday. I want to book the coffees and realtor appointments as quickly as possible. Okay, so hopefully this helps you. Once again, very simple. Add a person, put their information in, add the task. Okay, as I showed you before. And then when that lead comes into the funnel, you're going to move them to one of these groups over here, either a rough credit challenge person where they're going to go into a credit campaign, which we do have those as well, or they're going to go into pre-approvals, or they're going to go into realtors and so forth. Anyway, hopefully this helps. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.